There we are. Hello, everyone. Don't know how many people everyone is, but we'll see. We will see. Any hoodle doodle. Here in War Thunder. I need to actually turn off that fan. It's too loud. There we go. I've been having some allergies this week. Yeah, let's look around to see what's on the dev server. So, one thing that I've heard is that we have new SPAA. Now, there's nothing new for Russia, but Germany has a new SPAA system. And this is going to be a multi-part one. So, you have the truck, and then there's two trucks that are very similar to this, but they have Iris T's on the back that you can then spawn in, kind of like the ammo crate. And you can control them individually. So I guess it's more like the spotter planes with battleships. But yeah, so multi-vehicle SAM batteries is now a thing for ground, which is interesting. And that's for Germany. USA has one. So the German one uses the Iris T missile. We're going to actually take a look at that later. But the the American one uses AMRAAMs. Essentially, one of the Humvees will have just a big missile rack in the back of the bed. But it uses AMRAAMs and AIM-9X, which is pretty scary. Yeah, this thing is real. That's a mean one right there. I don't know if we can actually look at... Yeah, it doesn't give the stats for those, so... Yeah. Anyhow. So that's interesting. I don't really play ground, so this is all kind of like... Interesting that this is the direction the game is going, but not like applicable to what I'm going to be doing. Oh. Sherman Vermel. Hellcat. Oh, so, I guess there's a new pack. Quite a cool camo net. I really like that. Nothing covering the tracks though, so you can still see those. It's just a Sherman at the end of the day. Well, I suppose it is. Yeah, it's just a Sherman. But there's a Hellcat and a Skink in the mix too. Let's see here. Don't think there's anything. Yeah, this is the only graphite sandwich, yeah. So this is technically a stealth helicopter. So we've got, hello. So this thing is supposed to be, well, essentially similar to the F-111, or the F-117, not the F-111. It's supposed to be kind of a stealth vehicle. Take the full load out here. I don't believe I have controls set up for helicopters because I don't really use them because they don't have any good game modes to be used in, but you can see here, let's see if we can go up. Alright, I have to use the scroll wheel because again, never bound it. So this thing is pretty cool. It looks like it's got some other things going on here. So I believe, yeah. So that's one of the cool things is it carries some of its weapons internally. So if you were so inclined, you could actually use only internal weapons, and it would further reduce your radar signature. Super cool looking helicopter too. Do they have the? No, they don't have the cockpit yet, which is the one I'd really care about. Oh, they've got, of course, some assistance modes here. I don't know what this Y is. Oh, that's just your multi-function menu. Okay. So that's kind of cool. Pretty. I like the gun position too. Super neat. This whole thing is very, very cool. Bonk. I don't know why they're looking over there, but that's interesting. It looks like it alternates between the racks and the internal. I would kind of hope that it would drop from the racks first, but I guess if I close it, it probably will just... Nope, it has to be open to fire the outside ones. That's a little unfortunate. I do really like just the whole look of this thing, the way that the targeting pod on the front looks. That's super cool. Yeah, let's... target some other parts here. There. Hit the SAM battery for good measure, although this is a pretty small little missile, so got, you know, as you can see, decent sort of looking angles. Like, we're still looking at that guy. Although I don't know if they necessarily have all of it modeled in yet, but you can see it's got tons of excess power though, because I was only on 70% that whole time. So quite a fast aircraft as well. That is super awesome looking. Did you see the Swiss jets? Yeah. The thing is about the Swiss jets is that none of them are new. So I haven't looked at them yet, but unfortunately, I'm just probably not ever going to be too hyped about it because they're not new, and I suppose I will be seeing them in matches, whether I want to or not, but you know. It's a pretty good gimbal limit for a sort of casemate rotary gun. Oh, that's so cool. You can see the front landing gear in there. Or no, wait, that's not the gear. That's, sorry. That is the ammo drum. I'm a little goober. That is a very complicated looking gearbox. I suppose they had to house all that gooberish mechanical stuff inside of a reflective dome. So that's interesting. Of course, it's hollow, so there's a pass-through to get the radar information out. I suppose there's probably also a way to switch radar modes? Or is it only search MTI? I don't think the radar is properly modeled right now. Or maybe I just don't have the controls in place for helicopters, which is probably more likely. It'd be really cool to see what the cockpit's like in there. It looks pretty roomy. But it also looks like you would have fairly poor visibility to the front. Oh, we might just be looking directly down the gun here. Anyway, this is a cool thing, but obviously we can't really test its radar properties here. And I'm not really going to be that interested in it overall until I can use it in sim. So, you know, there's that. Turn down my volume just a tad here. All right. Alrighty, nothing else to report other than the Comanche there on U.S. helicopters, but of course Blue Water Fleet is getting the Iowa. Very cool. If you're an Iowa enjoyer, then this will be a very neat one. Looks like yeah, okay. I was going to say, it looks like they didn't model the armor, but they did. I think it's Bismarck that still is behind schedule on that. So you can see it's got some like shell fuse initiation plating basically right at the water line. Probably also just to prevent flooding in that area, but then you've got your thicker armor belt here, 307. He's back. I'm back. Okay. Let's see here. So, my phone died. So, the Swiss jets, about the Swiss jets, the interesting thing about them is that there is the tree that they're going into. The Swiss jets themselves, though, if we look at them, aviation, they're all aircraft we already have, basically. I believe the only real exception is that this one gets some interesting guided ordnance. I don't know, never mind. Those are literally just Mavericks, okay. Where is the... Maybe I'm thinking about a different vehicle. I believe I'm thinking about a different vehicle. Yes. So this one's, it's an F-18. This one is an F-5. Wow. It's just like, it's hard to be excited about these because there's already like a dozen of them. The Mirage 3 is a bit of an interesting inclusion for the German tree. That'll be Mirage fans everywhere rejoice for another Mirage has entered the party. Looks like a Mirage. It's canarded, so that's cool. But it's on the end of the ground strike line, or the bomber line, which is a bit odd. I'm not sure why that is, but I suppose they just needed something to fill out the German lineup here. And of course there's the PAC F-18, which I believe gets the same stuff. Unless there's something... Oh wow, they got a bunch of really weird loadouts here. Okay. I do like the conformal targeting pods, those are kind of cool. Yeah, you just got Mavericks again. Your standard AIM-7Ps. Lots of very nice guided bombs. So that's cool. For the German Blue Water Fleet, we've got, I think, 2 new ships. Yes, we do. So Gneisenau, which is essentially Scharnhorst, but with Bismarck's guns. Right? I think it looks pretty nice. Pretty sleek. Bit like an Iowa. Yeah, because you look at Scharnhorst here. Scharnhorst has more guns, but they're smaller caliber. Like these are only what? No. I'm looking at the gun. 283 versus 380, which is actually quite a big difference. So yeah, these are pretty substantial guns here, with probably substantial shells to match. Yes, 64 kilos of explosive mass is nothing to scoff at. And of course, 700 millimeters of armor pen is crazy. Oh, the Mirage gets a new missile. It does it now. I didn't check. Is it a new missile or is it a renamed missile? Oh, of course, the funny motor. Is that a new missile? Is that the one? That looks like an AIM-9E. I think the F-18 has AIM-9Ps, yeah. Is this a new missile? Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one before. That looks pretty cool, actually. It looks like a weird retrofitted, like, it almost looks like a, oh, you know what, that's an AIM-4, isn't it? Is that an AIM-4? Like, oh yeah, and then this thing, is that a anti-ship missile? That's pretty cool. Okay, so this Mirage is I just thought it was a Mirage. So it's got a new air-to-ground missile with a decent warhead, 100 kilos effective. You could carry 2. Oh. I don't think it's supposed to do that. They'll have to work out where those are sitting. Sprenggebomb. Thanks. Oh, you have to equip the gun, huh? Interesting. So these look like... Oh, it's a Nord 30? Okay. I don't know my American ground ordnance. Oh yeah, Nord Aviation. There it is. Oh yeah, I can kind of see the resemblance now with but it's got a weird engine configuration. That's quite cool though. These I believe are, yeah, Falco, AIM-4 Falcons, which is cool. Seeing those in game is actually really nice. What I hope is that we see those on some of the Phantoms, because the Phantoms would be where they're really cool to see some of those. So no, looks like we only have Ds, but there should be, the Phantoms should get access to AIM-4. I think the AIM-4D is infrared guided. I think I'm getting my AIM-4s mixed up. Anyway, the AIM-4 family, the Falcon family of missiles, should be on the F4s. That'd be really cool. But we probably won't see that for a while, because I imagine they're only adding it to that aircraft. but that is certainly interesting to see. I don't think, yeah, don't think there's anything new on American Air. Oh wait, that's right. Where is E? Oh, it did? Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So, this is the AIM-120C5. The AIM-120C5, as you can see, has a fair bit more range at 180 on the stat card. Compared to the B's 80. So that's more than double the stat card range, which admittedly doesn't count for much, but frankly, that's terrifying because on the F-15E, that's going to be a huge problem. Here we've only got A's and 7M's, but on the F-15E, the fact that it can take off its conformals and go like Mach 3 billion with now doubled range AMRAAMs is pretty crazy. That's going to be a very interesting thing to deal with in sim, because suddenly you're not really going to be able to run them out of energy. Like that's AMRAAM, like that's like Phoenix kind of ranges. So that'll be interesting. And I don't believe there's anything reciprocal getting added for Russian stuff. Yeah, no, we're still just no axe head or anything like that. It's still just ERs and 77-1s. Do we have F-16 with conformal? In American ground or air? I don't know. I think that is already in the game in a different nation. I believe that Israel has conformals. No wait, which one is it? It's the Brock 2, or no, that's jamming pod. I think maybe Italy? Who has the... I'm pretty sure one of them has conformals. Maybe I know... Okay, so while we're here, let's... the F2, let's check this out. So this is basically an F-16. I don't really know what else to say about that. Appears to be a good radar. I don't believe we have conformal tanked F-16s, but this here, look at these things. These are spooky. So these are big missiles. You can see this one is active radar homing anti-ship missiles here. And then you've got of course your IR guided anti-ship missiles. Or no, wait, those are also active radar. What? Maybe that's bugged. Maybe they have different warheads. What am I? No? What's different? They are the same. I feel like these are supposed to be the infrared versions, or optical, but maybe they just haven't worked that out yet. Anyhow, so these are going to be pretty cool. They've got a lot of range. Those will be a real menace for ground RB. For sim, that means that our ships are going to get eaten up a lot faster. I hope they fix it this update, because that would really be nice for, well, for any future missiles they add. Okay, this one gets AAM4s, so 100 kilometers range. I don't know if that's actually true, but they seem okay. The cool thing is definitely those anti-ship missiles. That's pretty neat. But it does take your whole air-to-air loadout, so there's that. Does the premium one also get anti-ship missiles? Yes, it does. And targeting pod. Nice. Well, that is cool that they get anti-ship missiles, though. Does the radar have a ground targeting mode, though? Doesn't look like it. I would really hope that some of the Russian aircraft get their anti-ship missiles, but like for instance, I would be so happy if we could have a P-100 Sunburn anti-ship cruise missile. It sits between the engine nacelles right here. That'd be super cool, but oh well, I guess I'll keep coping and waiting. Let's see. That's right. So there's a new Russian battleships that never existed. Two of them actually. So this didn't happen. Wow. Look at all that didn't happen. And then this one also didn't happen. It's even, look at that. That's so crazy. They even colored it like it didn't happen. Oh, so rip. Yeah, I hope they fix the active radar homing for the missiles and stuff. That'd be nice. Yeah, dude, the Mirage is gonna be pretty scary. I think let me double check that battle rating. Yeah, 10-3. I mean, okay, you have to consider the AIM-4 is not that impressive. With that launch range of 11 kilometers, like this is like, what's the max? 21 Gs of overload though. That's pretty nice. It's certainly going to be unique, and I hope they do add this to more vehicles. But overall, I hope this means F-106, F-102 are coming to the game eventually, but I know it doesn't mean that. It is just cool to see the missiles in game, though, because it is kind of one of the missiles. Not that it was any good for its use, but yeah, this will be a pretty competent system at 10-3, because you have to consider that at the same battle rating, basically, you have MiG-21s, a fair number of MiG-21s, kind of scattered from from all the way down at 10-0 to 11. So, yeah, F-106 would be so cool. I'd love that. But, like, it's gonna pull much better than the R3R, but the range isn't actually that much. It's only 2 kilometers more, and I imagine it's gonna bleed a ton of speed pulling 21 Gs. So it would be interesting to try it, though, or at least see someone try it, because that is kind of a very cool missile. But I hope they get it added to the F4s. That'd be really swell. I think. Yeah, no, not on the Navy Phantoms either. Or wait, no. Am I thinking of the right? Yeah, it's not on the Navy Phantoms either. That's a shame. Oh well. Did they put it on the Demon? Probably not, but best to check. No. Alright. So, I hope they add it to more planes, but again, who knows? So anyway, back to the ships that don't exist. So again, fictional. Wow, look at that armor. That's a lot of metal. Gosh, this is a fat ship. So big. So fat. This is what happens when you don't have a canal-shaped weight loss plan. Is your ship gets big and fat like this. Of course, it actually doesn't, because it doesn't exist, but you know. And this one, less big and fat, but with fictionally supplied guns, because, well, obviously the Germans were not actually going to sell battleship turrets to the USSR. That was just not going to happen, so another fictional design. I kind of wish we would just skip to some, like, really crappy missile ships, but, you know, like, you like, all you need is, like, a couple of sort of mediocre long-range anti-ship cruise missiles, and you rock the entire metaphorical naval boat. And it wouldn't even have to be that good. It could be in similar sort of vein of the Bravi, where it's like, yeah, you're probably not actually going to be doing all that much in a match, but it does feel cool. It is neat. At least until there's more of them. That's when I think I'm going to really get invested into naval, is once they start adding sort of early Cold War equipment. Anyway, back to the show here. So, that's right. Anything new for Great Britain? That's right. They have Vanguard. Vanguard is a very British ship. I don't know what the heck is going on with this strange armor scheme up here. This is a very British battleship. I mean, like, you just look at the turrets and you're like, yeah, it's a British battleship, isn't it? 15-inch guns, though, so that's pretty nice. They just look a little too small. I want them to implement naval into ground. Actually, what I want is a full game EC mode, where it's got naval, it's got helicopters, it's got aircraft, it's got, you know, ground, and it's, you know, happening on, like, Denmark or something at roughly, like, World War II battle rating. I think that would be really, really cool. Like, you know, like maybe like a 5.7 or something. So there's nothing that's, like, too crazy. Well, okay, you'd probably have to, for that mode, bump the Bravi out of it so it doesn't just hog all the air targets, but you would definitely want to essentially I think that'd be cool. You'd want to get the missile boats out of it, or at least, like, ban them from use in the mode, because otherwise, like, the Bravi and the Douglas would just kind of trash all the aircraft and probably start bullying the tanks from really long range. Maybe. I think that if they were to incorporate military doctrine into the battlefield environment of Sim, I think it would make the game a little too complicated, because the reason that War Thunder appeals to people over, say, DCS is because that War Thunder is more widely playable. So there's always going to be more players playing, which means you're actually going to get matches. They're going to have people in them. There's various different reasons War Thunder doesn't go the full fidelity route. And I think that they're right to not go the full fidelity route. As much as I really like sort of realistic features, I feel like too much, too much realism is a thing, because you do have to play the game at the end of the day, and War Thunder has enough problems without trying to be full fidelity. So, There we go. That's my little rant. Is my streaming software doing okay? Yes, it appears to be. Okay, we'll actually put that on my other screen here, so I can keep track of that. There we go. Okay. That's not a new vehicle. Oh, right. Russian ground is getting a new T-90, or no, wait. Where is it? It's a new T-72, actually. Where did it go? There. The T-72 BM3, which has a new active protection system, as you can see here. Arena M, which is pretty neat. And it's got projectors all around the turret, so it can cover essentially all different areas, which is quite neat. Also, it looks like there's ERA behind your, or what is that? Is that ERA? Maybe I just don't know how the system works. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. It shoots a thing out. Yeah, okay, these are the sensors. Sorry, I'm a little... But, yeah, you can see it's got frontal, side, and rear coverage of the turret, which is pretty nice. Again, though, I don't really play ground, so this is someone else's problem / solution. Let's see. I don't think there was anything new for British ground. Japanese ground actually does get something new. So the TANSAM Key TATIS. This is basically another fire control radar for a multi-vehicle system. So essentially this gets to spawn in and sort of drive around and fire 2 of these. Right, so you've got 8 missiles on tap. I don't think it gets the extra ammo boxes, although I could be wrong. Yeah, so that's pretty cool that you get sort of a... There it is. It shows it in the thumbnail, the 2 of them. And then the big one for Japan, of course, the one that everyone's freaking out about, Yamato. They just went right for the big one. This is it. They're not going to be able to up the ante in naval anymore, because Bismarck is here already. So one thing to note about naval, oh yeah, I kind of agree with that. AWACS and SIM, that would be kind of cool. I think ground radar stations would actually be better, because it's way too easy to shoot down an AWACS. But anyway, and they detect things too far out, so it'd be really unfair. It'd be much better if it was a ground station that kind of covered, or a couple of ground stations that covered sort of your half of the map. I think that'd be a good use for SAM batteries too, to keep players from sort of spawn camping. But yeah, so anyway, back to Yamato here. So you can see this enormous amount of AAA, but something they did is they reduced the accuracy of secondary and AAA batteries against aircraft, I think. So essentially, all of this new firepower is going to be somewhat put to waste. Also, the 25mm Japanese guns are not very good, if I remember my history correctly. But anyway, pretty nice secondary battery, 5-inch guns, 3 triple turrets. I think these are also... Oh yeah, they're also 5-inch guns. Okay. So you actually get 6 triple turrets per side. Nice. These are super firing, what, 5-inch? No? Okay, these are more like 8-inch guns. Or no. 155. I think that's a 6-inch gun, actually. But that's cool. And they got another one over here. Okay. Armor of course, is extremely impressive. Yeah, this is like tons of armor. Well, literally tons of armor, but you know what I mean. It's got a slight turtle backing here, so you can kind of see the weird armor geometry going on. If we go turn off that, that is not exactly what I wanted. Yeah, 200 millimeter bomb deck. That's crazy. That's just completely insane. Nothing's getting through that. And 380 over the boilers. Just completely wild. Plunging fire has no chance, essentially. And this thing's going to want to stay at maximum range, because if anything does get through the armor, well, you can see how enormous the magazine spaces are. Anything that hits and penetrates this area, well, is basically guaranteed to blow up something you really don't want blown up. If we do a protection analysis at 15 kilometers, obviously penetration of the belt's not possible. Oh, yeah, we don't want that. We want APCBC at 15 kilometers, plunging fire will pass through and blow up the magazines. So this ship is going to be interesting to play, because if things penetrate your armor at all, you explode. That is an enormous amount of armor above, or ammo above the waterline. And it's actually, I don't know if it's going to be quite so durable. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Because it's just an enormous amount of ammo. I don't know, maybe this will be an easy battleship to blow up. Who knows? Maybe you'll have to come into battle half loaded. Because it gets, actually doesn't say how much it gets, does it? Gotta preview it. Hover over a gun, maybe? 100 rounds per gun. So if you come in with, I mean, you're going to spend a lot of ammo just trying to range people. But this is what you pay for all that firepower with, is an enormous magazine that is not placed very low in the ship. It's just waiting to go off. Kind of a yikes, you know. We'll see how it plays out. China, I think the only thing they get is this new SPAA. You can see it's an SPAA. It's got a rotary cannon. That's kind of cool. Missiles are decent range for War Thunder's SPAA vehicles. I think it's definitely a downgrade in cool factor over the Tor system, because the Tor system is just really cool. I mean, like VLS cells on a tracked vehicle is kind of crazy, but that's what we're looking at. Slightly more range too. I don't even know why that one's at higher battle rating. Maybe it's just like the lack of gun. Yeah, well, whatever. Maybe it's the radar. Couldn't tell you. I don't think... Yeah, they don't have a Navy. Oh, I guess they get... Or no, I already looked at that. Nope, they don't get anything else. Italy gets... Nothing. Yep, Italy gets... Confirmed, not anything. Oh, they get... Never mind. That's right. The Roma is pretty cool. It's a battleship, again. You can see this like strange layered belt here going on. I don't know why they went with that. Maybe they just couldn't produce thick enough steel in that size of plate. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. It's a neat battleship though. You can see that the shell room and magazines are actually, below the water line, so it might not immediately detonate. Big old guns. I think these are 15-inch guns. Probably. Or maybe, actually, 380. Shoot, I don't know my conversions. Let me get my ruler real quick. So no, these are yeah, they're 15-inch guns. I was right. Okay. Bazinga. Okay. Yeah. So these are 15-inch guns. These are what? Okay, so these are like 6-inch guns. Okay, but it's got a pretty healthy secondary battery. You can see these pretty chunky turrets here with decent guns. What are these? 90 mils. It's a lot of 90 mils actually. 120 mil Armstrong cannons. Let's go. We love the Armstrong Armaments Company. Also, those are some really funky looking single turrets, but there must have been a good reason for it. Yeah, not a lot of sort of heavy. I guess there's some heavy AAA, but it's certainly not in big impressive turrets like it is on the Yamato. But yeah, so Roma's pretty cool. The real show stealer is, I think it's probably going to be Richelieu actually, because Richelieu has some very mean forward firepower, and she's really fast. I don't know if that's... Is that reflected in the top speed? Like, is that faster than an Iowa? Not really. Huh. Well, guess they threw it all away for a silly ship. But anyway, this thing is pretty cool. It's one of my favorite battleships just because of the like really weird design. Because it's got all of its main caliber turrets. I believe these are 15-inch guns. Yeah. Yeah, they're 15-inch guns. So you've got 8 15-inch guns in 2 turrets, and they're all pointed forwards. Yeah, Golan Heights map would be pretty cool. Or I guess a ground version of the map with like EC mode. But anyway, ground EC just itself would be really cool. But that aside, this is a cool ship. I like it. I probably am not ever going to play French Naval, but it is really cool that this is in the game. I might see it every once in a while in an EC match, a Naval EC. Pretty chunky turret here, decent armor, not crazy, but it's well laid out. There's not anything obviously wrong with it. The magazines, as you can see, are below the waterline. Shock and awe. Protected by fuel tanks? That's crazy. Pretty healthy magazine back here, so that might blow up. Again, we'll see. This is where basically your entire secondary battery is of 6-inch guns, 6 and 5-inch guns. Or actually, I think that's just 5-inch gun. Yeah, I think it's a 5-inch gun. Anyway, you've got like some tertiary battery kind of spread around the ship for AA defense, and of course like this sort of V formation of 20 millimeter turrets. I'd imagine that'd be a really rough and annoying place to be sat in any kind of actual surface engagement. Because if you're not inside, you're getting killed by the blast wave here. 15-inch guns do not take prisoners. They will knock you out. Put your ass on the ground. Yes, that's a cool one. Nothing new to report from Coastal. Oh. New F5 for France. Or for the Netherlands. Does this get anything goofy? No. No goofy stuff. Okay, maybe the N model is a bit weird, actually. 1 second here. No, never mind. I do like the wingtip conformals are kind of cool, I guess. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe there's something inside that I haven't seen. No? Maybe that's just an auxiliary intake? Weird. Anyway, I think Sweden gets... Oh, new F-18. Okay. MLU. Which... Okay. Oh. Why does it get those? Oh, man. Okay. So, seems like... Wait a minute. Does that mean... No. RB99? No more... Okay, good. So it wasn't added to that, but it is being added to that. Assuming some of the Baz probably gets them, doesn't it? No, those are just A's. Their Strike Eagle probably gets them. Yeah. Or no. What? Okay, so they don't get the C models. What about... Dude, now I'm freaking out because I don't know how many top tier jets got it. Okay, so Sweden's F-18 got the new B model AMRAAM. I don't think there's anything else to note here. Oh wait, there is a Israeli SAM system. It gets IRSTs, that's right. Okay, so France does not get the new... Maybe this F-16 does. Nope, those are A's. Good. Rafale doesn't. Italy probably won't. Yeah, no. But on the F-2000s, what? Oh. No. No C model. Okay. China. Do they get... They're AMRAAM copies, but again, no, actually, there's nothing wrong with those. Yeah, obviously they're not going to get anything new. Am I gonna have to fight more? Okay, so those are just no C model AMRAM there. I just really have to make sure. Okay. Great Britain. Do you get C model AMRAMs? No. Good. I'm not going to check the tornadoes out. Germany. What about the German F-18? I didn't actually look. Oh. Well, great. Now everyone has to worry about them. That's gonna suck. Okay. Well. My word. Those are gonna cause some real havoc. The C model AMRAMs. Well, obviously the F-15E gets them. So double the range. Do the other F-15Cs get them? Oh, why yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They get 10 of them. Oh, brilliant. More than twice the range of the standard AMRAM, and they get 10 of them. On a plane that a lot of people already have. Dude, this next update's going to be really wild. You don't get C models, do you? No. No C model in sight. Okay. So, for now, the only aircraft that have the C model AMRAM are the E, and then, like, it seems like all the F-15s, or the F-18Cs, so that one gets them, that one gets them. I don't think Britain has any. No, they don't. Japan does not have any F-18s. Italy doesn't have F-18s. France doesn't have F-18s. Sweden now has an F-18, probably just so they could add the missile. I wouldn't be surprised. I wonder if this one gets it. No? Okay. But of course this one gets them. Ugh. Dude, this is going to be a scary patch. Nothing in Israel gets them. Okay, so... Oh. This is going to be interesting. I mean, I've got a lot of practice notching AMRAMs, but... we'll have to see how things differ. Okay, let me just try. Now let's try a match of top tier and just see how it goes. Because I'm imagining that these new C model AMRAMs are going to be wreaking havoc. Like, it's going to be complete pandemonium. I imagine the Air Realistic is going to be even more unplayable than usual. Alright, so let's give it a shot. Let's see here. Also, I'm just going to float this now to you guys. I know I just put out a poll that was asking, what you would prefer to see on the channel in the future, and gave 4 options, right? in the top, and you guys can, if you haven't voted on that poll yet, I would recommend you go do that. Because I genuinely like to know what you guys think. But the top results were Titanfall 2 content and, of course, War Thunder content. So I can definitely be happy playing both those games, and recording it for you guys. That I'm fine with. But the only thing... Okay, I think I'm using normal controls, right? Oh, am I... No, we're good. Oh, hold on. Did I not update my controls since... Controls... that one. Oh, I guess I don't control whether my SAS dampening is on or not. Alright. Let's get up and out. But I imagine that the new C model is going to be quite toxic. I'm actually just going to ask the players in the game. See if anyone says anything. So like I'm already like well within effective range probably of whoever these are. Jet. Oh, that's helpful. Wonder if my NCTR is working. Oswald. Okay, looks like NCTR is just not gonna work. Oh. Is my... One second, I gotta check on my streaming software here. We doing good? We doing alright? Okay, I think we're doing alright. I'm watching AMRAM, or not AMRAM, an R77 at that guy. And we're gonna get out of here. Oh. It doesn't tell you what, or no, it does. Sorry, never mind. Bro blasted my R77. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, wide scan. Maybe it's just saying jet because it's an F2 and it doesn't know what it is yet. It should probably just say F16, right? It's got close enough features. I don't actually know what it would say in real life, but I'd imagine it would just say F16. F15, F2, to... Oh, he's like under 2 kilometers away. Yeah, let's hide. Wait. No. Oh, that's the... What's the second... Oh, is that altitude? I think that was... Oh, never mind. That's altitude. I haven't played AirRB in so long. I don't know what any of the indications mean. Let's see if he... Oh, he just shot something. He's going to fly behind that mountain before I can get to him. No, he's flying kind of there. Is he going up? There he is. Got him. Okay, so I guess I haven't really been in long enough to experience the AIM-120Cs, but yeah. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Tells me the ammunition, tells me what he was in. I hope it doesn't do that in Sim. That would be vital information that you probably would want to keep close to your chest. Oh well, it's War Thunder. So, let's see here. Oh, and if you're just tuning in, I do have some pretty severe allergies right now, so if I'm coughing, sneezing, snorting, that is the reason. I'm not sick, I'm just being killed by plants and vegetation around me. So, anyway. Argon. Is this one of those? Where's the... Oh, yeah, there it is. Look at that. You can buy that. It's pretty neat. Won't see it in Sim probably, but, you know. Anyway. Oh, right. Let's hope we get Golan Heights, because I know for a fact that I watched someone's video that said that there was some new carriers. Oh, there we go. Here's Golan Heights. So I'm going to go check out the carriers. Airfield. Yeah, airfield. Okay. Let's take a light load here. Go check out that carrier. I'm also going to ask again. All right, we're up. I can hear howling. Does the F2 make that sound? Or is that me? Also, the subtle curve in the afterburner effect is quite cool. Anyway, let's go find our carrier. probably don't want our radar on. We don't want people knowing we're out here. Okay, we're also going to turn off high alpha mode. I should probably just do a sim landing. Yo, what? Oh my gosh. Is that data link? What is that? What's going on there? Okay, I'm switching to sim controls. 1 second here. Oh, wrong thing. Scrolling to the bottom of this. There we go. Okay, so I'm switching there. Yeah. Need to move my desk around here. Resume. Okay. Oh, yep. So that's my map navigation mode. So if I were to put a point of interest on the map, oh man, that's so cool. I wonder if that's only for realistic. Okay. It shows my friendly carriers, my spawn points. Wow. There's the Kuznetsov. It's being escorted. Alright, let's let's go for a landing here. Pull in. Oof. Just got to bleed speed. Landing flaps. Our gears down. Everything's down. That was probably a little too close, but all right. So now we're in a match on a Soviet ramp carrier. We're being escorted by Russian destroyers. Looks like 2 Bravies. Now a little late for a Cobra landing, but yeah, so we're being escorted by destroyers. This is really cool. And I suppose there's 2 different carrier groups, so I suppose that there's probably an enemy slope deck too. Probably just so they can spawn on both sides. I love this new nav screen though. I do have to wonder if that's only for air realistic though, because I like it a lot. Oh man, no active players. Someone please join. Hold on, wait, I can just figure this out. Wait a minute. I can just open a sim lobby. Yeah. It's not 2 Bravies. They're sorry, did I say Bravi? I meant 2 Blagorodny. The Bravi has a SAM battery. The Blagorodny does not have a SAM battery. I believe it was, because the other one that I saw to the left, I couldn't see the one to the right, but I could see the one to the left had 2 turrets, so it wasn't a Bravi. Although we can just open a custom and go check. So, yeah, that's actually exactly the one I wanted. Golan Heights, thank you. Ka-ching! We probably don't want 64 players. We probably want, like, 14. Game mode not defined. Okay, yeah. We want Simulator battles. Why not? Minimum battle time, 1 hour. That's nice. Could have a storm. Custom. What's that mean? Okay. Let's just do realistic and just play with controls here. Include bots? Sure. Ready, steady, spaghetti. I just want to go see the other carrier formations and see what they're like. I assume that they've added it to more maps than just Golan, but that's the one that I saw people doing, so. Can I spawn at those? Oh. Bad weather. Okay, sure. That's right, because I put it to storm. So there's probably going to be some clouds and some, oh yeah, wet runway, of course. Oh yeah, the bots are spawning in. Oh, right. Air realistic starts you with the engines on. But yeah, I'm going to go check on our carrier formation. Looks like there's only one, which is a little odd. I wonder if it'll be, it might be battle rating appropriate, so it might be like a very, very tiny carrier. I wonder if we have a fuel dumping control, because I know the F-111 has one. Fuel dumping. Let's just say shift 0. So if I were to dump fuel, can I do it? Fuel dumping is unavailable. Hold on, wait a minute. I've seen video footage of Russian Su-27s fuel dumping on top of drones. Everyone's seen that video where the dude's like dumping fuel on the drone, and then he like hits it with his landing gear. Anyway, so this is so cool though. I hope this is there in Sim too. And shows you your compass. That's awesome. I love that. Oh, that's the ground. Less awesome. Okay. We should, I'm going to try it in Sim because I want to figure out if that little data link, or I guess if that screen still works. I suppose I'll switch the, oh, yippee. I suppose I'll switch the map to something else with water. Denmark will totally have some, maybe over here. City might have some. It would have to be one that pops up a lot, though. Excuse me. Anyway, let's try Denmark and see if that
See if that works. We're also going to set the minimum battle rating to 10. Thank you. The allergies are crazy. I don't see any carriers, so let's take a little more gas just in case. I'm surprised that they don't have fuel dumping for this aircraft. But guess not. Go forth. The bot's like, let's go! This is why they're always crashed. They just immediately like, assume takeoff position. He's up. Look at that. Yep. So in sim mode, we still get that. That is very nice. Oh, doesn't look like any carriers. That's unfortunate. No carriers. Okay. Well, so we confirmed no carriers on Denmark. What if I try... Okay, so there's not really an enduring... You can't really set up an enduring confrontation match, can you? What if I just try and find a sim match? Is there gonna be any sim matches? Air sim. Create a session. Oh. I see. Okay, so... That's unfortunate. I could just try... this one's got a goofy thing too. What's this one look like? Oh, that's cool. Ooh, iridescent. I like that. But anyway, pretty. Well, suppose I could try some new... I say new, but try some anti-ship missiles against some ships in a live match. That'd be cool. I can take up to 5 of these, which is pretty neat. Even on that pylon for some reason. I don't know why you would ever even imagine doing that, but there it is. Or sorry, wait. Yeah, I can get 5 of these, okay. That's what I thought. Which is a pretty competent loadout for anti-shipping. Especially because unlike the Su-25, this thing doesn't rock around when you let go of the control column. The SAS actually works, which is pretty cool. So, let's just do another realistic match and hope we get Golan Heights. Or another map with carriers. We'll see, but it could happen. It could happen at any moment. Oh yeah, I should text my friend and tell him that we're all doomed and that not just the F-15E gets those. I'm gonna watch him crash out when I tell him that. Why is it taking so long to find a match? Okay. He probably won't receive. Oh, we're on this map. Oh, well. Not much I can do about that. I don't like that I don't get a TGP view. And just to ensure that there really isn't any naval ships here. Oh. Not receiving enough data. Uh-oh. You guys might have a bit of lag here. I don't think there's anything I can do about that, though. Right? Probably not. It says open widget, but I'll look at it. Anyhow, I don't think there's any boats on this map, which is very unfortunate. I'll just have to find some other Dumbo to shoot at. Swiss F5 gets rear aspects at 11:0. Meanwhile, F5 at FCU. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't expect Gaijin to be fair, though. They never are. Okay. So I just need to turn off my radar so I don't get walloped. Okay. Next, need to dive. Oh, I didn't even have the loadout equipped. Okay, never mind. We're not diving. My dumb thinking that I had anti-ship missiles on me. No. We've got F4. We've got MiG-21, J8, Jet, and another F4. Well, I was kind of hoping to see I don't know, some other actually threatening vehicles. With AIM-120s, but I should just get above the clouds. Well, I wonder if this one can fuel up. Nope. It cannot. Kerthump? Okay, I'm going to. Hmm. 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 Oh wow, they're really having it out up there. Meow. Anyway, well, I'm not seeing anyone with AIM-120Cs out here. Huh. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I think so. Let me see here. Da, 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 da. 8. No, we're looking for. Oh, we're looking for that. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's. Does everyone get this new one, or is it only the Russian planes? It's interesting that I can only do a couple different things. I do like that screen though. That's very cool. Is there someone below me or behind me? Oh yeah, there is. What is he doing? I think that's a hostile. Give him that to think about. Hopefully Yep, it's going. It's going for him. What is it? Oh, it's an F4. Oh, what the heck are you doing, Mr. F4? Dude, the bot behavior is so strange sometimes. Oh my gosh, dude's at like 12 kilometers altitude. That's crazy. Anyway. Backflip time. Okay. Okay, let's check out the F-18. I should have done that one. USA Air test flight. Simulator battles. Ooh, those are nice walleyes. Yeah, sure. We'll take the walleyes. Okay, so you said it should have it. Oh, nice. What is that? I don't know what. Is that supposed to be my radar display? I think that's a bit bugged. Maybe it. Oh, you know what? It probably only works with the pie-shaped display, doesn't it? Nope, never mind. uh, maybe I'm zoomed out too much. 7, 1. Okay, so that's the one. Yeah. 4. Okay, we're just gonna have that on our wall eyes then. I do like that. These are nice and clear in the cockpit. That's cool. Well, it doesn't seem like it's popping up in the MFD. If it's in that screen anyway, it's not showing it. Because we're getting SAM pings from the Bravi sitting right over there, so... It's interesting that it's not showing my direction, but instead that. Alright, let's keep the tanks, why not? So yeah, I'm not seeing that on the MFD. It's not showing it there. But I think that's because that's bugged. I don't also why would it show it on the MFD? Because it's got an actual RWR display. Huh, that's interesting. It has trouble rendering multiple overlapping things, probably because it's just using a flat texture. Weird. Over G. Yeah, thank you. Where's my search ground moving target indicator? Come on, pick him up. Pick him up. Alright, well, we're just going to... Okay, I'm going to switch back to rectangular because I hate the pie-shaped one. It makes it impossible to see things at close range. Okay. Rectangular, there we go. Over G. You want to see over G? How about this? What's my G load right now? I'm not familiar with American cockpits. Where's my... Well, yeah, it clearly does not do that. Where is my G? Oh, is it Oh, it's on there. Okay. Yeah, so 8 Gs, 9 Gs, 10 Gs. Interesting. Okay. Never mind. It shows my G's on the HUD. That's good. Yeah, what's the count on air target look like? Oh, interesting. Is that plus is just a static point? I do like the gun position. That's nice. Anyway, dude, I've just been going up. All right, let's get back to the task at hand here. Standard sight mode. All right. Yeah, it's hard to see. Okay. Trying to use walleyes is going to be actually kind of tough. Yeah, I want to hit the Bravi with it. That landed short. How on earth did that land short? It was in a dive. It's a glided bomb. What is going on? Oh yeah, I need to actually check that. Bombs. You want it? They're yours, my friend. That's what we want. TWS ground target moving indicator. Hello. Trying to use walleyes is a surprisingly difficult task. Hello? Holy cow. What are you doing? Okay, I was gonna test whether or not the someone in chat was saying that the asking if the F-18 gets RWR indications in the multifunction display, and it does not. But I was also I kind of got caught up in flying the F-18, because I don't do that really much. I keep failing to use the provided guided bombs, so there's that. Overall, pretty easy to fly though. Yeah, that one's gonna miss for sure. Yep, way over there. Anyway, good thing to know. I am bad at using guided bombs. But anyway, I was looking around on the dev server, trying to see what things are new. The highlight reel for me is essentially, because I'm mostly concerned with sim. So the highlights for me are that the AIM 4 Falcon family of missiles is in the game now, which is pretty crazy. You can see here it's got 2 radar guided AIM 4s, which is pretty cool. They're basically like an AIM 9B but with better range and better pull, and of course radar guided in this case. But they're not really going to be very good if their real life performance is anything to go by. So I wouldn't expect them to be crazy. They're only on the Mirage 3 as well, so that's kind of a... Oh. No. I'm not making this game. No, this is on a dev server. They just provide it for a bunch of different players. But yeah, I was just looking at the new stuff. Sorry to disappoint, but I don't actually develop video games. Yeah. Maybe I ought to, but that's another story. I don't think there's anything particularly special about either of these. Not really. Of course. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty nice having Mavericks. Oh yeah, so other things to note is the sheer quantity of AIM 120C AMRAAMs that are coming to the game. That's going to be a real problem going forward because they have an enormous amount of range. We're talking twice the range of the normal AMRAAMs, and those are already pretty darn good. So, yep, as usual, the one-upping back and forth between Blue 4 and Red 4, it continues. And hopefully that'll get... I do at least hope that'll get more people playing Blue Side again, because it's been rather lonely since the SU-30s come into the game and kind of steamrolled lobbies. So there hopefully will be more actual sim matches next patch. We'll see. We'll have to see. Of course, the carriers coming to... there's some actual carriers coming into Air Realistic, of course, and that is pretty cool. I think that's quite nice for people who like that and for people who want to do shipping strikes in Air Realistic. I'm, of course, hoping that they add the jump jet carriers, or not jump jet, but I have to add those too, but the ramp jet or ramp deck carriers to sim. I would really like them to do that, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I've only seen them on Golan Heights so far, so yeah, we could just do a little more playing on the dev server here though while we're at it.
Oh, good. Let's take... No, let's just see how long this match lasts, but we're going to fly to the carrier first. Looks like I'm going to have company going to the carrier. So you don't know about War Thunder? Okay, well, it's technically a free game, but there's a catch. And the catch is that it's really not a free game if you want to get to the top of the tech trees and get to the modern jets and equipment. In that case, it is very much a paid game if you want to do that in any reasonable amount of time. And honestly, if they're going for realistic footage, I mean, you could certainly do worse than War Thunder, but typically, people will use DCS footage. Now, you know, War Thunder's effects are pretty good, but they almost feel a little too good sometimes, so like a little too crisp. I don't know, the clouds look decent, I think. A little fluffy on the edges, but that's fine. Yeah, the game looks great. Plays pretty good. There's just a lot of grinding, so if you like gacha games, you'll like War Thunder. At least I assume so. I've only played War Thunder. I haven't played any gacha games, but I assume from the description of them that it would be a similar experience. So yeah, hi. I would recommend just playing Sim, frankly, because Aerialistic kind of sucks. That's the... Oh yeah, that's the... there's our Kuznetsov there. You can see it's marked on the map there. Let's come in for a landing then. And then we will... Once I'm in for a landing, then we can get a different loadout here. Okay, hopefully we don't get shot down while we're trying to do this. Oh, yeah, we definitely need that air brake. Oh. Are we going to catch a wire? We did, but we broke our landing gear. Alright, so welcome aboard. We've got a little escort here. And yes, that is definitely a Bravi. And you can tell it's not a Spokojny destroyer because it doesn't have the second set of torpedo tubes. It only has one in the middle. Yeah. Well, if you don't like grinding, I can't in good faith recommend War Thunder because there's a lot of grinding.
if you're fine with that, then go ahead. It can be pretty fun to watch, though, sometimes. Sometimes it's kind of boring to watch, if I'm being honest, but... okay. Good. It spawned me on the Kuznetsov. Alright. So now... we're going to get off this carrier. Oh, it's in a turn. That's why it's doing that. Oh, boy. Yeah, she's heavy. Alright. Let's at least pull in our gear here. Yeah, it's a pretty aggressive turn. There's also some small visual error there. Oh, that's why I was not dampening. Okay. Oh, there's F-16s about. Okay. Well, I wanted to strike some ships, but I might have to deal with an F-16 first. Oh, there's actually a lot of them. What the heck? I don't want to deal with a bajillion F-16s. Where'd they go? Are they just gone? What's going on? Oh no, he's just right in front of me. Alright, buddy, you want to do this? Is that really what you want to do? Oh, that's right. This is aerialistic. I forgot. Ow. Yeah, never mind. Can't pull in on an F-16A in aerialistic. Alright. I think I might just switch to normal War Thunder. Yeah, I know they're not currently escorted. But they clearly are working on it. I just hope that they add it to Sim. I can't test that, of course, because the Sim battles are not really... The dev server doesn't have anti-cheat on it, so I can't actually go to Sim battles. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go off of the dev server, and I'm just going to play normal War Thunder. So the stream visuals will be back in just a second here. Yeah, I know, don't tell me again. Play, okay. Again, bear with me here. Oh wow, I didn't realize the... Let's see here. I feel like stream is behind by a significant amount. What else do you play? Well, at the moment, I've been playing a lot of Titanfall. I've been getting back into Space Engineers. Let's see here. Titanfall, Space Engineers. I'm going to go replay through the 2016 Doom game and Doom Eternal, but I'm probably not going to stream that or anything. What else? I've been thinking about getting into DCS, but I guarantee that's a tentative sort of thing. I already have the game, but I just haven't really touched it, is all. Let's see here. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's get into a real match. What are things looking like? Oh, of course, it's Denmark. It's always Denmark. That's good for me, though. Means I could do some multi-roll. But they'll let me dogpile like that? Perfect. Wait, why is there a... Okay. Okay. So this is the way that carrier operations currently stand in the fully released version of the game. I don't know nothing about the games you mentioned. That's fine. That's fine. I'll give a brief description. So Titanfall is a first-person shooter game where you control mechs, and when you're not controlling a mech, you have advanced sort of movement with like wall running and lots of momentum carrying kind of stuff. So you can keep your speed up super, super fast, time to kill. It's a very sweaty game. It's kind of old, but lots of fun. Space Engineers is essentially a block-based vehicle building game. Is my track IR working? Huh, track IR is not working. Interesting. Alright, yeah, so Space Engineers is a block-based sort of spaceship building game. And it's kind of cool. One second, hold on, I need to close... I need to close the game and restart because my track IR is not working. 1 second here. Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal are both single-player first-person shooter games where you're basically killing demons with a shotgun, which is pretty cool. Okay. And what else? I'm trying to think here. Oh yeah, and occasionally I play Nebulous Fleet Command, which is a game about commanding spaceships in a sort of tactical strategy game. Oh, and I play Sea Power, which is about Cold War naval strategy. So you got like missile boats and stuff. And the DCS is similar to War Thunder, but more on the sort of realism side, but also like a lot less accessible. So it's like harder to control everything, and it's a much higher learning curve. All right, let's see if we can find that battle again. Yeah, I usually do military stuff because I just find it to be enjoyable. Let's see, which one was the one I left? Probably that one. You have left Denmark. Okay, session 9. Okay, we'll take part in this one. Alright. Head tracking is working once again. Good, good, good. Alright, so engines on, flaps down. This is not a ramp deck carrier like the Kuznetsov, so this one's got a steam catapult, so I'll actually get a fair bit of speed coming off. And happening, okay. 3, 2, 1, and launch. Get everything up because we're launching so fast. Okay. Now, has anyone been destroying boats? Looks like a couple people have. But should still be able to... Well, we've got some targets on IRST here. What are you? That is an F-18, isn't it? Really? Right after I took off, huh? Launch. Hold this, bud. It's a hostile fighter. He should disappear. No, he took out my carrier? What the heck? And then I get killed by a friendly. Great job. Okay, well, no more carrier ops, I guess. They blew up our carrier. What the heck? That's mean. Why would you do that? Okay. We might just go air to air here. Wow, that guy's been really playing. Yeah, let's just do air to air. We're pretty heavy right now because got all this gas. Alright. Let's switch on the radar, see what we can find. Imagine I'm probably going to get swarmed. Okay. No contact, off the nose. Looks like 20 kilometers. And some more distant guys, okay. That's our problem child right there. Still flying away. Let's see if we can catch him on TWS. There he is. He's turning away. Unless that's him. Oh yeah, that's him. Is he close enough for an ET? Nope. Nope, he's not. What about that guy? Hi, kitty. Cat's trying to interfere with my gameplay. Alright, let's find this F-18 who's trying to lock me here. Okay, we'll give him that. Defend. Oh, that's a tree. Oh, shoot. I was trying to fly low to dodge the radar missile, but when it's this dark out, it's really difficult to see the trees. Yeah, I think I might spawn in something with a little bit more range options here. Alright. Oh, I don't have enough gas. Get a little more gas. There we go. Let's blow this popsicle stand. This is the Su-27SM, much faster. Oh, got here a bit late in the match. Alright, let's find a different match, because that one was super duper brief. Oh, never mind. That's the one we just left. Could join that one. Join this one. That should be fine. still loading. Alright. So I think we actually are going to take the C flanker here and bomb some bases if we can. That sounds good. 30 minutes of fuel, which will last much less than 30 minutes, I should add. Excuse me 1 second, gotta blow my nose. There we go. Let's take off here. Oh, yeah, remember that that moving map display screen earlier? This is what it looks like currently, so it might look a lot cooler in the near future. Because it's neat and all right now, but it basically just uses the in-game map, whereas it seems like the other one, it might do that plus add extra elements to it, but yeah. I appreciate that you're still watching. Thank you. Let's pull our flaps in here. Yep, okay, they're in. Alright. Switch to infrared search and track so we don't set off that F-15's radar. And then ask the lobby if they're excited about AIM-120C. Alright, let's start making our way towards that base. Probably don't need to be going that fast. So I think we're going to bomb that strategic target there. Yeah, you can see it's down over yonder. Oh, we're full. Great. F-15, huh? Oh, that must be him. Okay, and he knows I'm here. At least. Okay, good. Get him. Kill him.
There it goes. ER's gonna get him. Bonk. Alright. It's a foolish thing for him to do. Being that bold. Oh, someone took out that base already. Let's get back down to the deck here. See if we can find something else. Oh. Who are you? Oh, no, we don't want it to be transmitting. Those who don't know, it's bad to be transmitting active radar if you don't need to, because then the enemy team knows where you are. I think. See if that's a friendly. Oh shoot. Oh. Way too close. He probably picked up on that brief flash of error radar there. And that's why he came to whack me. Actually, what am I doing? I could just do air to air. I should just do air to air. Shouldn't be taking an air to ground loadout here. There we go. Man, that is a really lagged stream. You guys are like a solid, I don't know, like 20 or 30 seconds behind. And up. One. Oh wow, so it's more like a minute behind. Oof. I was just counting in my head here. Yeah, okay. That's pretty rough. I wonder why it's so behind. Is it just like buffering that? That's pretty rough. I can't switch the stream latency during. I don't think I can switch the stream latency during the stream. Yeah, I can't. Okay. Is it possible to update the stream? Probably not. Okay. Well, rip. I mean, I can still see your comments and everything, but obviously they're going to be lagged by a fair bit, or at least my seeing them will be. So don't be offended if I don't see you immediately. I would if I could, but I can't. So, all right. So what we're gonna do? We probably shouldn't have started with that little fuel.
We're going to get down into this valley here. So I think that guy up there is our F-15 friend. Yeah, okay. Thanks for the missile, dude. Getting a little bit of lag here too, which is not ideal. Oh, was that a... Hold on, what? Was that a bunch of AI bombers? What were they doing? What is going on here? Oh, what the... Dude, I hate the Rafales so much. Oh, man. Dude, the Rafales are so annoying. I didn't even turn on my radar that time. He was just in the hills waiting. Okay. Well, if he's gonna do that, I suppose I can do this. Oh, that's the wrong loadout again. One moment, please. We're just gonna shoot a bunch of active radar missiles at him. Alright, gear up. Let's level out as much as we can here. So we're going as fast as we can be when we breach this ridge. Because he killed me right around here. So we're going to, as soon as we clear this ridge, we're going to start emitting right now. Okay, so we got one hostile Rafale. There he is. Okay. So, 1, 2, there we are. There he is. He's being chased. How do I keep losing him on TWS? Oh, did he crash? Was he killed? Oh, different. No, I guess that was him. Alright. Well, guess my work here is done. Okay, let's get that A point. Oh, I see. I should have been looking where I was going. Funny jump scare. Okay. Okay, this time... Huh? Oh, I only hate... I don't really hate Thurfall. It's just annoying because all the players who use the Rafal had to grind through the French tree. So usually by the time they get to the Rafal, they're very good at the game, and so I'm mostly just mad because that I'm not as good at the game as most of the French player base. So yeah, I mean it's also a really good plane in game. So I just get kind of salty when when I get killed by it sometimes. And it's just me. It's just me coping, basically. I'm just coping. Yeah. Let's see here. Do I go for the? May as well. May as well take full fuel this time. And SU-27. That's a friendly. Do I turn on my radar? May as well. Over there. Hmm. Oh, I think I see him. Is that what my radar was picking up on? Must be. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep that off for the meantime. Try and capture this area. So I don't really want to get in a tangle just yet. I'm going to want to get to a tangle once I'm closer to their backline. Oh, never mind. Capture zone disappeared. Alright, let's get going here. Okay, that's a flanker. Okay, we don't need to. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, it's a missile. Okay, good thing we caught it at that time. Alright. Just decided to turn off the HUD and see how things are here. Still have 2/3 fuel. It definitely makes checking the RWR a more important activity. Should probably just have it front and center if I'm not going to be radiating anything, but I think I should turn on that just in case. Stay away from that. I need to turn off Discord so it doesn't keep pinging me while I am flying. So I think if I keep going this way, I should encounter their runway, I believe. I have to be really careful. Okay, I've got my ETs selected. I'm scanning on. Okay, that's going to be one of their airfields, isn't it? Isn't it? Or is it not? Oh no, it is. Okay. Yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, we got multiple SAMs firing at us. Okay. Yeah, let's get out of here. Roland, yeah, okay. Good to know. Good to know. Alright. I probably should have brought some bombs, because then I could actually destroy some stuff. Instead of having to try and look for these guys. That was my fuel. Just over 50%. If I keep cruising around, I should be able to go for quite a while. Can really stretch my fuel. Loading around through their side of the map. Here? Okay. Some aircraft over there. Oh. I think we just found somebody. Come on, infrared. Yep, there he is. Okay. Is IRST even going to find him? Probably should have it locked to my nose. There we go. Okay. Oh. Who are you? Are you also? Of course, it won't tell me what he is, but if I can get close enough to get a ID off of him. Are we getting closer to him, or are we getting further away? It's hard to tell. How's my fuel? Half, okay. I think that might be a friendly. Yeah, okay. Well, false alarm. Was in fact a friendly. See, the trouble is that if I try and ID him with the radar IFF system, it will basically immediately alert whoever it is I'm looking at that I'm looking at them. So that can be a real problem, because if they're an enemy, then they suddenly know that I'm behind them and they can try and turn around and do something. Especially considering it's very risky because of also how bad of a radar of a refresh speed this radar has. Right, so it's got a very, very slow. It's very slow to populate the actual scope with targets. So I might have to look at this guy for like 4 seconds or so before my radar actually picks him up. And then in those 4 seconds, he has time to turn, do something before it's even able to ID him as a hostile. And of course, a hard lock can't ID people. Oh, F-16. Yep. Alright, we're gonna have to... Yeah, okay, never mind. He knows where we are. Time to go loud. Alright, we're switching back to infrared. And we're getting out of here. R73 selected. RWR is clean-ish. Yeah, still saw that missile behind us for just a second there. Alright, so now we've got to find this guy. Okay, he's that way. Nice. Great. Okay, we're on like a third fuel. I think, oh, there he is. Okay. Okay. Oh, he's way out there. This guy is way, way out there. Is he in range of an ET? Definitely, but is he what I think he is? That's the real question, and I don't know that. In fact, I don't know if I can know that. I'll have to get closer. Or do I risk it on a shot? Who's on my team? If I lock him and he starts turning, yep. Got him. Was that a friendly? Nope, that was an F-16. Oh, thank goodness. Flying without the... Oh, that's why it was in that. There we go. Okay. That's tense without the HUD because it really limits your information. How's my fuel looking here? A quarter? I need to go back. Alright. Let's get out of here. I have to say, it is pretty relaxing playing with the HUD off in a way. Because, well, you know, you could just suddenly be jumped by someone because you're not quite as connected with your sensors. It does make you really appreciate what they choose to and not to display on the HUD. Like, there's nothing on the HUD that says whether or not I'm in IRST. Like, if I turn the IRST off, there's nothing that actually tells me whether I am in radar or IRST mode, if not for this. That's the only thing, is that range circle, right? So that's IRST, that's radar. But it's not actually anywhere on this scope, right? Until you turn it on. In fact, I don't think it's on. Yeah, you actually just have no idea until it's on. So I suppose that just means you should always keep it on and just have it in, and never have it in standby mode, and always have it in either IRST or in on. And that makes a fair bit of sense. Let's see if I can figure out what this guy is. So I'm pretty low on gas, but I might be able to make. Never mind. We're just gonna go back for gas. We're just gonna get out of here. We don't need to figure out whether or not I'm. That's not a Rafale, is it? Is that the Rafale? If that's the Rafale. Oh, great. Okay. Guess I chaffed off whatever that was. Or not. That was probably freshly launched too. Gosh, this will be the end of me if I'm on Afterburner with this little fuel. Okay. Just gotta roll in behind this mountain. Okay, we just need to find our airfield. We don't want smoke, not right now. We just need to find our gas station. I think that one's sort of clouded. I'm going to try and go for this other one. Might also put down a marker here. There it is. Still pretty darn fast, so I'm gonna really pull into this turn here. Get our gear down. Put our flaps down. I probably should have gotten a much longer approach here, but should be fine, right? We're probably still a bit fast here. We don't have any drag chute, so we're just going to have to ride this out. For the full length of a runway, basically. Yeah, when you're this heavy, it doesn't really matter. Oh, we still had a little bit. We had enough for a couple go-arounds, I think. How much does it say we had? 6 minutes of fuel? I see. Well, I mean, it is 6 out of 46, so yeah, that actually checks out. And of course, that's on standard power, so. I mean, it's pretty low intensity. I might just spring for some bombs this time. It didn't end well the last 2 times I tried it, but it might end well this time. Who knows? Flaps, check. Dampening, check. burner. Launch. Oh, we must have a bomber formation up there. Cover the bombers at G4. Yep, that's what's going on. And what are you? Surely not a bomber. Rafale. That's what that is. Alright, fine. We're illuminating. And he already launched at me. That's really swell. I only just took off. There he is. Probably don't want to be in that mode. Yep, okay, there he is. Come on. I said there he is. Right? There we are. Now we got him. Alright, we got a buzz here. Can't keep chasing that guy all day. Oh, cool. So that's him. Alright. Well, fine. Mm-hmm. Bonk. That's what we do. Alright, now we gotta worry about that F-15. who is all the way up there. Oh gosh. We really probably ought to ditch the bombs. Dang it. Yeah, let's ditch the bombs. Can I not ditch the bombs? Oh. Well, there we go. There we go. Now we've ditched the bombs. And now the F-15 is right there. Yep, that's him. Let him know we're here. Alright, well, we'll be searching for him for a bit. He's gone radio silent, so we don't exactly know where he is, but we can make educated guesses. He will probably... Oh, shoot. Holy cow, dude. This is scary. I feel like I'm blind without the nice HUD features. Far off. Did he die? Why was he moving like that earlier anyway? Dang it. I didn't want that. Well, okay. What the heck was that about? Got my one radar missile. Got my two ETs. Got my half fuel 473s. We should be doing pretty good. On stores, we're doing all right. Oh, I think, what, in the clouds? Super close. We got him locked. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah, okay. Well, he launched a 9M. So that's it. Those 9Ms are annoying to try and fight. Can't see them. You just have to guess. Well, thank you. You have a good one. I would try and read off your username, but I don't think I would do a very good job. Definitely going to bed after this. That looks suspect. Yeah, that's definitely a much more threatening target there. And launch. Oh, that's cool. shoot another one at him. Defend a bit here. Did I hit him? Looks like I did. Nice. Who did I hit? F-15E. Nice. We love that. Okay. Now what are you? That's an F-15. Do we have an F-15 on our team? We do, but is that the F-15? Time to find out. Yep, that's a friendly. Okay. I should probably... Well... Let's see here. Oh shoot, that's close. Oh shoot, there's an E2K in the area. Oh, there he is. Okay, okay, okay. We got this, we got this. We do not got this. We are not fast enough to got this. Okay, we're gonna Cobra. We're gonna give him that. He declined. We're gonna give him that, and then we're going to hopefully not crash. Nice. Can we not crash? Are we gonna crash? We're not gonna crash. Let's go. That's so cool. Okay. Whew. That was really close. Oh man. All right. Ooh, that was exciting. Okay. What is that? Is that a guy? That's definitely a guy. And so is that. That's... There's no way that's good. Yeah, yeah. Oh, he died. Never mind, we're good. Oh, the E2K's back for revenge, huh? Yeah, let's dip. There he is. Oh shoot, yeah, we gotta get low. That's totally gonna kill me. Oh man. Slight terrain elevation change really screwed that up. Alright. Let's fly out from there, and this can be, I guess my last spawn, because I need to go to sleep. Yeah, I should have turned in towards him. That would have been the better thing to do. Because when I pop up like that, oh, when you said "dang dude," you had just watched me smoke that guy in the dogfight. Never mind. I forgot that it's like a minute behind. Yeah, popping up over that hill was a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Very big. You know what? I'm not scared. I'm gonna climb. I'm not afraid of these Eurofighter Typhoons. Okay, just AAA. Good. Alright, we got a Eurofighter at the outer edge of our RWR coverage, so we're going to switch to radar. Okay, we've got several targets here. So let's see. Good look at that. All right. Oh, he just crashed into the ground. All right, well, fixes that problem, huh? Fox 1. Out and away. As soon as I see that splash, Oh, he exploded. What the heck? So my gear are out, and my air brake is out, and I'm... What's my radar doing? That guy's friendly, right? Right? He's friendly? Right? Oh yeah, he's friendly. What about that guy? Not so friendly. Less friendly. We're flying clean. Okay. Just gotta get back up to speed. Dude. Holy cow. The amount of advantage you get for using a Fox 3 is just crazy. Alright. Here, before I go, because I'm going to go now, but you hit Alt plus Z. So you just hold Alt and hit Z. That's the default to turn off the HUD. Yeah, I got a blast. I didn't lose too much silver. That's nice. But yeah, I gotta get some sleep. Oh, you're on controller. Well, you should be able to go to controls. I think it's under common. UI or no? Interface. UI. Yeah, so go to controls, interface, and then hide HUD is what you're looking for. And you should be good. Yeah. Have fun. Alright, I'm gonna go now because I need to get some sleep and need to honestly play on a naval map so I can get the naval part of the naval flanker. Although it is still fun to play with. It's fun, honestly, to play with Fox 1's, Fox 3 world. So, yep. Anyway, I'll have a good one. And I will see you